going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I got to have a conversation with you guys about Teach Henley because you see how the sun is hitting me? This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Teach Henley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people, and I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self-care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now, and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Teach Henley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Teach Henley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton Daniels. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What you mean, why are we so early? Astrid, this was the original time that we used to be popping off. The original time that we used to be popping off. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? See, some people are saying, oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. What's going on, friends? How y'all feeling today? Y'all feeling good? I'm back in the city, as you can see. So I'm happy to be back in Michigan. It is cold. It is cold. I see all of the snow on top of the buildings. Y'all see the snow on top of the buildings? Let me show you. Look at the snow. You see all of that snow? All of that snow over there? Snow everywhere. Just snow, 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 snow. Let it snow. Let it snow. I'm tired, it's cold, and the fire's burning. Oh. Y'all see my Christmas tree in the daytime? I got a Christmas tree over there too. Some of y'all might have seen it in the nighttime. It's pretty awesome. It's full. It's definitely full. I'll show you the Christmas tree. That's the tree over there. Right over there. That's the Christmas tree. Yes, 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 yes. It is the holiday season, the season for love, family, and giving back. All of that. Yes, the Pistons did win, and we are back in the city. Shout out to y'all. I was at the game last night. Great game last night. I was kicking it with my dog, Jason Wilson. Shout out to Jason Wilson. Shout out to everybody that I was kicking it with. And we here. We here. You like that, Platinum Prophetess? The ladies tend to like it like that. The ladies like it like that. So we here. I'm looking at my friends over there in Canada, over at the Ambassador Bridge and the Gordie Howe Bridge that's going to be opening up soon. Shout out to my Canadians and my Windsor people. We here. We here. What's up, friends? I see y'all. You said I got my smoking jacket on. This is a house coat. This is my house coat. See that? It's This is my house coat. This is the coat what I wear when I'm in the house. I actually wear this. Yeah, I actually wear this. What's up, friends? Y'all ready to get started with the show? I'm gonna read some of the cash apps and the super chats in a second. But Lamar on there says, "Good morning. I was looking for you at the game last night to show you love." What do you mean you was looking for me? I was in the players club. I was right there by the scorers table. You ain't see me? Let me see something. Let me see what was going on last night. I left it around the fourth quarter, though. I was out of there. I had seen enough to understand what was going on, so I was good. Got up out of there in the fourth. Let me see. Here, I'll show you where I was sitting last night.
Off path to the rim. Scored it. He has 17.
There I am right there. See me at the top where it says Holiday Instant. See Jason Wilson is next to me. And I'm right there with my Versace hoodie on right there. Right there. That's where I sit. That's where I was sitting. Right there. See me as some white women. And then it's me and it's Jason. And we're right there by the scores table. So if that's where you was looking for, that's where I was at. All right. That's where I was at last night. Cory Booker got married to boost his presidential odds. Is that what y'all want to talk about? The Versace hoodie gave it away. I knew it was you. But I pick and choose. Don't worry. You may see me, you may not see me. You never know where I'm gonna be at. All right. What else is going on before we get? I seen Shannon Sharp and Ocho with one on nightcap. One on what? Where'd you see him with one on? Thank you, Platinum Prophetess. Y'all don't care about Cory Booker's wedding, says Fi Brown. All right, y'all. Great show last night. Life is good. Everything is awesome. Let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna get started. I seen you and All-Star JR at the game. Shout out to everybody that was at the game. Shout out to everybody that I kicked it with. I appreciate y'all. Let me give some acknowledgement to the super chatters and the cash appers. I appreciate you. Lamar on air or Lamar on air. Good morning, AD. It's an honor to be a part of the Bag Chasers family, love and support, bro. Shout out to Agent. I appreciate you, Agent. We're gonna go live tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we going live and we talking all business, anything business related. Anything business related. We're going live tomorrow. I'm gonna try to keep it broad, but then I'll narrow it down based off of what I think that the needs of the people is going to be. Shout out to Spencer Campbell. I appreciate you. Mike, that dude, thank you, my friend. I appreciate you for showing out and showing love also. And let me ask y'all a question. Have y'all, I don't know what this is. Why do I keep getting this dumb stuff? I'll get these notifications, right? They got these things where it's like a pool on Cash App. And somebody will say, can anybody help with gas? And then they'll tag a bunch of people. And it's got 46 people apparently that they tag. And all they got to do is have your Cash App. And then they can add you in there. Why? I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this at all, bro. Have y'all seen that on Cash App? That's stupid. That is so dumb. Let me tell you something. Cause see, I don't. Let me tell you why I don't understand it. Because in my own family, if my family was looking to make sure that stuff was taken care of, we wouldn't do a pool. I don't think on Cash App. Well, I guess it could be cool if you do it that way. I don't know. Maybe it is a sweet idea. I just don't like that when people have your Cash App, they could just automatically tag you or request money from you. It just is a little bit weird. Yeah, cyber panhandlingism. Agreed. Oh my God. Then people were sending me fake Facebook pages and stuff. I don't even use Facebook. I don't even use Facebook. It's so crazy, bro. But let me also say this because in this holiday season, I think that I'm more appreciative of my chasers and my extended chaser family than I am of my real family. And I know that that sounds crazy to say, but hear me out. And then we're going to go ahead and get it popping with the show. This Thanksgiving, I was more appreciative of, which doesn't negate the appreciation that I have for my regular family, but I was more appreciative of my bag chasers. And that's just the name that we give ourselves because we all going to get that money together. I was more appreciative of you guys and my extended family than I was of my real family. And it doesn't mean you said it's very weird. Okay, well, let me give you a little bit of insight and hopefully you can understand it a little bit different. If you're a prophetess, if you're a prophetess, then you understand the scriptures and you also remember in Acts that Jesus actually denied his mother. She was knocking on the door trying to get to him. And they said, hey, your family is out there. And I'm paraphrasing a bit, but your family, your mother out there. And he said, y'all my family. He said, y'all are my family. The people that's in this room, the disciples, none of you guys are actually blood, but all of you guys, all of y'all are the ones that's my family because your family is the people that are going in the direction that you're going in. Your family is not defined by the bloodline that you have. And we're going to continue to promote that in the culture because they want you to be loyal to people that may not necessarily be going in the direction that you're going in. But your family is the people that add value into your life. And the value don't even have to be money. The value does not have to be money. If anybody has ever been to a Patreon meetup, and we've had dozens of them, and I can't wait to start those back up next year. If anybody has ever been to a Patreon meetup, you know that it is a family affair. It's almost like we coming together to party and celebrate like Thanksgiving, no matter what time of the year it is. We have a ball. It's good energy. It's all of that. Hold on. Hey, babe. Yeah, what's going on though? What is it doing now? Yeah, just put some air in it up to the amount that the rest of the tires is at, and you should be fine. Is there a what? No, ask me. Yeah, it is. You just unscrew it, and then you set the pressure to whatever it is that's the rest of the tires, and then you fill it up to that pressure, and then we'll see if it actually got a slow leak or if something happened. Okay, let me know. All right, bye. Um, but a lot of times we get slowed down and we get caught up from thinking that everybody is supposed to be going in the same direction as us. Um, no, I'm not a Freemason. I'm a bag chaser. You see the hat? Anton, are you a Freemason? No, I'm not a Freemason. Never been a Freemason. I'm a chaser. You know what I'm saying? I don't subscribe to the traditions of some group that somebody created amongst a bunch of people that was happening before I was born. I don't do that. The group that I subscribe to is the people that go in the direction that I'm going in. And again, our meetups is like a family affair. It don't we've had white people, Asian people, men, women. It ain't no beef, ain't no issues, ain't no problem. We just have a good time, and it's because we truly want each other to succeed. It don't matter about where you are in life, how old you are, what your socioeconomic status is. We all got the same mindset, and that mindset is growth, improvement, trying to figure out what is best for us, how we can add as much value into us as possible. And so I don't subscribe to the idea that your family is necessarily blood. Now it doesn't mean that you can't have great blood family members, but I'll tell you that a lot of times those same family members will be the very ones that do you dirty. They're the very ones that'll hold you back. They'll feel as though you owe them something. And that's not my situation because I have a great situation as far as my family, but I spend the most time with you guys. I believe that the family members that you have are the people that you spend the most time with adding value into. And so a lot of times we think that we're supposed to be loyal to people based off of these superficial things that other people put on us. But why should we? When did that start becoming a thing? We got to start breaking with certain traditions. We really do. We have to start breaking with certain traditions because those same traditions is keeping us from getting to where we supposed to be. We got to break off from that. We got to break off. If it's so funny because you'll be sitting there with a person and you'll be spending all of your time with them, right? You'll be so loyal and rocking out with each other. And as soon as somebody from your past call, you go running, but you won't extend that same grace to the person that you're going through the mud with. The person that's got your blood, for example, they may be the very ones that's the biggest noose around your neck, preventing you from being what you're supposed to be. And why is it that we tie ourselves to it just based off of genetics or DNA? Meanwhile, this other person, y'all spiritually connected. And you're spiritually connected, y'all start talking the same, y'all start communicating the same, you got the same lingo, you look at life the same, you going in the same direction, y'all working together, but you'll abandon that person in order to go and be with this person, and you don't even know them. I know people that be like, they'll just meet family members that they've never even met before. And let's just say, for example, something happens like a funeral or something like that, right? And then next thing you know, they want to spend all of this time with their long lost cousins or their long lost sister from their daddy's side or something like that. And I'll be like, and this is just me. Maybe it's just me. I'll be thinking to myself, so you just pair bonding with that person and you don't even know them? You don't know nothing about them. They could be a molester, they could be a killer, they could be a thug, they could be in the streets, they could be setting, you don't even know them. Why do you have so much loyalty to people that you don't even know? Honestly, I'd be so confused. Like, people be like, oh man, that's my cousin from the third side. So I went to when I went to my father's funeral. When I went to my father's funeral, and it was people from Dawson, Georgia, there. Because my father is from Dawson, Georgia, and his father was from Dawson, Georgia, and we had just buried his father maybe 2 years prior to that, right? His father and his mother. We had buried both of them within like a short time frame, and I never told y'all that. So I had been seeing family members that I hadn't seen in decades since I was a little boy, since I was a young guy, since I had went down to Dawson, Georgia, and actually visited where my father was from and stuff like that. And it's like, hey, what's going on, Anton? So we're gonna keep in touch. And I didn't know how to respond to that because it's like, no, like I don't want to hang. I don't want to figure it out. I don't know you. Like, you're not, like, I understand that we all connected through my father and stuff like that, but I don't know you. I'm not looking to know you. I'm not trying to figure out what your life, I don't want to meet your kids. I don't want to do none of that type of stuff. Hey, baby. Okay. No, go switch the car out. Well, unless you don't mind being late for school. Okay, well then go and take care of it. It's also a bell tire that's up there on yeah, that they should take care of it. Yeah. But I don't know these people. I don't know none of them. You know what I'm saying? So for me, my family is the people that add the most value into my life, and it doesn't matter about blood for me. Blood doesn't mean anything at all. Blood doesn't mean anything. I don't understand how y'all got so much loyalty to people that y'all don't know. That is weird to me. That is crazy to me. And I just can't get with it. It never made sense to me. And maybe it's because I read the word of God very early in my life. And so because I understood the word, I just looked at things a little bit differently. But I can't, bro. I can't do it. I'm not just going to adopt somebody because of blood and all of that stuff. When people introduce people to me, oh man, it's my cousin. I'll just be looking at him. In my mind, I'll be thinking, that's just Keisha. Shout out to my Keisha in the chat. No, that's just Keisha. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I don't care. I don't care. I don't even be wanting to meet. You know what I'm saying? People just based off of that stupid mindset. It's like that don't mean nothing to me. I don't care about no blood, none of that stuff. So it's so funny to me that prophetess would say something like that when clearly it's in the word that your family are the people that are going in the direction that you're going in. Somebody in the chat said it was because they were doing the will of his father. It wasn't just because they were doing the will of his father, it was because they were there with him. They were there. They were praying with him. He was washing their feet. He was doing things too. That they were praying and fervent. They were spreading the word of God. It was because that was his purpose, and they decided to join him, and they were willing to leave everything behind to go with him. So those are the ones that you're supposed to be loyal to. Oh, she was talking to Cash App thing. All right, cool. Those are the ones that you're supposed to be rocking out with. That's my family. Are you going to talk about Mark Lamont Hill having that interview with Brian McKnight's ex wife and son? I don't know nothing about that. I don't know anything about that. That's not my business. I don't get involved in that. Me and Brian, we did a great thing, and if that be true, God bless him. I don't really. Let me say something else, and then we're gonna get started with the show. Because I look at this as kind of like my vlog slash live stream and stuff like that. I really, I woke up after coming from Tampa last night, and I was talking to somebody on the phone, and they was like, "Bro, you him." That's not somebody dropping out the sky. That's a crane because they building a hotel next door. Somebody said you him. I'm genuinely, Edward Hill, get your punk ass out of here. Trying to hate. If somebody want to support the show, let them support the show. Niggas always coming in here hating. Um, I don't even care about these niggas. and this isn't no shade to them or whatever it is that they are doing. My path and my trajectory is way bigger than all of these niggas out here. All of your favorite podcasts, all of your political commentators. I don't look at them as competition no more. I don't give a fuck about them. I'm gonna be listen, by the end of next year, most of these niggas is gonna be behind me. I genuinely don't care. I'm so far ahead of these niggas. I don't even look at most of these guys as my peers. Like honestly, I was thinking to myself, why am I even mentioning Mark Lamont Hill? Like that's not even on he that's not even a we not even here. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't look at them as my peers. I don't look at these people as anybody that's on my level. We don't talk the same money. We don't talk the same substance. We make a different group of people millionaires versus non-millionaires. We help a different level of community. We act like it's a whole different level for me. And so I was just thinking to myself, man, I'm on a whole different path than a lot of these niggas. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to everybody that's doing whatever it is that they doing. God bless y'all. Do your thing. I don't need nobody's validation. I don't need nobody's acceptance. I stand by myself. I literally stand by myself. I don't need no friends. I don't need nobody. No, I'm cool. I genuinely don't care about these niggas no more. I don't see them as I don't see them as nothing. I don't look at them as bad and I don't look at them as good. I look at them as insignificant. It's a lot of podcasts that's dying. It's a lot of people that's dropping off from social media. It's a bunch of people that's trying to figure out how they can stay relevant and all of that stuff. I don't give a fuck. I genuinely don't. The only thing I care about is I was in my group chat today trying to figure out the time that we want to move after hours, if we want to move it up a half hour or not. I only care about my people. I only care about my people. That's it. I genuinely don't care. Rappers, entertainers. I don't even look at them as content, honestly. God bless them. I hope they figure it out. I hope they figure it out. Most of these niggas is broke. A lot of these people that y'all looking at as y'all heroes, they 2, 3 paychecks away from losing everything. They in the same boat as regular everyday folks. That's the thing that y'all got to remember. Most of these people is in the same boat as everybody else, bro. Hello? What's going on? I'm on a live stream. All right. They all honestly, they're all broke. Most of these live streamers, most of these guys that y'all look up to, that y'all watching every day, they one podcast away from losing everything, bro. They're one podcast, one bad album, one bad drop, one shot away from losing it all. Bro, we in a whole nother realm, man. We in a whole nother space. We are history makers. That's what y'all got to realize. Shout out to my bag chasers. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Best time to join the Patreon is the beginning of the month. We live streaming tomorrow on Patreon. Yo, I don't know if y'all know this, but we're charting a path that literally has never been charted before. We never moved out of the city that we was born and raised in. We created our own group. We never took no money from nobody, from no political party, from no PAC, super PAC. We are completely 100% independent. We own everything that we do. We are our own movement, and everything that we've ever built is organic. We didn't need nobody to give us a cosign. We didn't need nobody to put us on. We create our own stuff. We not dependent on nobody, and we don't need nothing to continue to roll. We are one of the most dangerous groups of people. It's 20,000 bag chasers, over 20,000 of us, and we got it out the mud. We ain't panhandle it. We didn't group fund it. We didn't GoFundMe. We didn't do none of that shit. We got it straight out the mud, and we didn't need nobody to do it. That's why they're trying to discredit you. That's why they want to try to remove us and try to act like we not doing what we doing. But now we've grown so much and we such a movement that they can't ignore us. But now we don't give a fuck. We don't care. We build our own houses. We don't go to banks. We put money in our own pockets. We hire from within. We literally did the thing that Black people talk about that they want to do every single day. That little community out there in Arkansas and the Ozarks that they trying to do, we already did it. We already doing it. We connect when we want. We line up on it. We connect with each other on the group chat. We link up with each other in real life. We meet up. We don't depend on no banks. We don't need no, we not begging the government to community fund us. We don't need nobody's reparations. We did this shit on our own with our own two hands with no help from nobody. Ain't that crazy? When you really think about it, that we never needed nobody. We never needed a loan, a record label, nothing. We just got this shit out the mud. Ain't nobody begging. The networks come to us. The people are coming to us. We don't need these motherfuckers. That's what I keep trying to tell y'all. You don't have to need or beg nobody. And you know what the worst part about it is? You know what they really, really bothered by because they can't figure it out? Our backing is a higher power. We don't need a fucking bank. We don't need a political party. Our backing is God. Our backing is God. If you find a settlement that you can get, that you can show me, I'll own up to it. The minute that you can find it, niggas is dependent on rumors. Rumors. Our backing is, that's all we need. Is we don't need nothing and nobody. We don't need a man to do nothing for us. I love it. I love this. And I'm going to continue to crack y'all head wide open to the white meat. And it's nothing you can do about it. You gonna have to sit and watch me take over all of the fucking internet. You're gonna have to get mad at the fact that I am going to come and eat your lunch. I'm going to take all of your audience members. I am going to come and take over everything. And there's nothing you can do. There's no pivot that you can make. It's no interview that you can get that's going to stop it. We are going to destroy and take over everything. We're going to go city to city. We're going to buy up all of the property. In real life, we're going to take up all of the digital property. We're going to make all of the investments, and we're going to continue to kill everything and everybody. And nobody can stop us. Nobody. Nothing you could do. Nothing you could do. Look at them. They try. Let them rock in the chat. They're trying to distract me. They want me to get off the message because they don't want you to know that you are more powerful by yourself in this setting than you are depending on the government, depending on them, waiting on somebody to give you a come up. It's people in the chat. They want to ask diverting questions that has nothing to do with what this whole conversation is about. You know why? And previously, in my younger years where I was less wise, I would let that distract me. I'm so on purpose. I'm so on movement. I ain't even tripping no more. I'm so on purpose. Watch this. Watch how I make them disappear. Bamoosh. 2 clicks of a button. Bamoosh. Bamoosh. Just like that. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Y'all ready to get it popping? All right, y'all. Where y'all want to start at? Y'all want to start over in Stockton, the latest update? Shout out to Bo Winkle, says 6:38 a.m. It was 52 degrees in San Diego, California. But at 6:38, it was 76 in Miami, Florida, and 78 in Key West, Florida. Yeah, but when July, August, September hit, October, and you got to deal with that hurricane season, it's going to be different. I watched you and DJ Delay. You guys are, in my opinion, the most reliable news sources. When both of you see what Newsom did in 1986, that's when you both will report this conduct. I promise you that. All right, Jocelyn, you really own this 1986 thing. I don't know what happened in 1986, but I feel like Hell Hydra must have came through. Shout out to B Hunter. That spot, I appreciate you, B Hunter. Clay, what up? Clay says, I understand where you're coming from, Anton. I'm so thankful for you and the bag chasers. You guys add value to me at this stage of my life. I love you, bro. I love you. Hold on, it's a dusty. Give me a second. All right. Cookie says young guy in Florida died this year after his mom sent him with his dead dad's side of the family he didn't know. Dad fam left him on the side of the road. Well, let that be a warning. Let that be a warning. All right, so we like people that have differences of opinion, but you should be on your best behavior because I might vamoose you and not care. What's up? Hey, Anton. Hello, chat. What's up, Just a Brown Girl in America? I appreciate you. What up, baby girl? What up, baby girl? Is it me or I'm not seeing these chats way before they get shadow banned? I've gained 7,000 subs on YouTube in the last 3 months thanks to your motivation. Oh, you killing it. You killing it. You are killing it. Shout out to you. All right, y'all. Let's head over to Stockton, California, because the mother was speaking about what happened with the shooting. So I'm going to head over there first. Again, make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Hold on, let me flip that. Let's rock.
To say is that I'm sorry to all the mothers and children out there. If I could do anything to prevent this, I would. I threw a birthday party for my little daughter. She actually turned 2, and I just wanted all my family to come together and be together as it would be like an incident happened. Has me getting ready to start my baby, to start cutting her cake and stuff. Everybody's getting together around and just start cutting the cake, and all we heard was gunshots, and everybody just fell to the ground. It was just unexpected. I don't know what happened. I'm just so shocked and lost, and I'm lost of words. I'm speechless, and I just want to say I'm sorry to all the mothers out there that lost their kids at my birthday party. I don't even know what was going on. Everybody was inside. It was just a misunderstanding. Everybody was getting ready to cut the cake, like I said, and I actually thought it was my balloons popping. It was gunshots. So it's my daughter's niece. Both his nieces passed away.
My daughter's dad's niece. So his brother or sister's daughter passed away.
Um, my sister actually got shot. My cousin got shot. My son's friend got shot. My three of my friends got shot. My friend's baby dad got shot and got killed.
That's so messed up.
Yes, I work for the AAA Whole Life Center. I work with the youth. And this is why it's really hurting me because I see youth all day. I see kids all day. I'm a mother of three. So for me to see kids on the floor and just bleeding and I can't help them, and I help people that I help the youth at my job, it was hurting me not to help them on the floor.
That's so messed up.
And it was the uncle who could talk as well.
Try not to be in public all the time with your kids because anything can happen and bullet does not have a name. I believe that if you guys ever have a birthday party, just have a birthday party indoors and don't have.
I feel really bad for her. I really do. I know a lot of people are criticizing the neck tattoo and the earrings inside of her nose. Let's put that aside for a minute because somebody's life choices that we could criticize or that we would normally criticize in a time where, it warrants that would be a completely different conversation, right? I'm with it. Like I'm with all of the smoke and the criticism of how people carry themselves, but I don't think that has anything to do with what's going on in this situation at this particular time. I think that this is very tragic and it's very unfortunate, and it doesn't matter if you have a neck tattoo or you have butterfly eyelashes or if you have septum nose rings or whatever. That has nothing to do with whether or not people are out here shooting and killing and stealing and destroying and hurting people and taking them away, um, from their loved ones. Straight up, it doesn't matter who you are, and how you move, as far as like the life that you choose to live. I don't care what your lifestyle is. You said it has everything to do with it. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Because it was a birthday party. It was a kid's birthday party. It was a kid's birthday party. How are y'all gonna sit here and tell me that has everything to do with it? So the fact that you got a tattoo on your neck and nose rings, that justifies or that qualifies you to get your kid's party shot up? I'm trying to figure it out. Because at some point we got to put aside how we feel about how people look or dress and start addressing humanity. How am I being disingenuous? First of all, let's be very clear because I like to interact with the chat during the show. How was that being disingenuous to say that we need to champion people's humanity regardless of what our differences is? She said all three baby daddies, same gang, maybe one of them got jealous. What, see, that's the difference. You talking about a maybe. I don't do maybes. Only thing I go by is what I see. And when you see children dying, that has nothing to do with whether or not you got a neck tattoo or some earrings in your nose. What you look like, I know one of the most docile, cool people that I know has tattoos over his whole body. His whole face is tatted up and everything. He not even a part of a gang or anything like that. He not even a part of a gang. He just tattooed everywhere. Now he understand that that's going to, bring him a level of visibility that he may not necessarily care for, but that's the life that he chose. Does that mean that his kid deserved to get shot up? What does somebody having a neck tattoo and a nose ring have to do with kids getting shot up at a birthday party? I don't understand it. I'm still trying to figure that out. So while a lot of people are assuming, we wait for the facts in these type of situations to come out. I don't care how much I disagree with somebody's lifestyle. I'm not going to sit there and justify their kids dying. I'm not going to sit there and justify somebody's kids dying. I think that a lot of y'all are heartless, honestly. I know they're arguing for the sake of arguing. I think a lot of people are heartless. People are looking to justify nonsense, and it's stupid to me. It's dumb to me. It's stupid to me. I could sit here and divert away from the real problem, and the real problem is kids are supposed to always be off limits. That's my thoughts on it. Kids are supposed to be off limits. And the kids that died, a lot of them, the parents is just, they seem like they regular, good, everyday parents.
I had a chance to sit with them inside their home, and I witnessed love and warmth. They were literally surrounded by dozens of family members as they worked together, holding each other, trying to get through all of this heartbreak and sorrow.
I just wish I could have my baby back. I just wish I could just smell his hair. I wish I could cut his hair. I wish I could just play the game with him.
So I'm looking at this picture, right? She got a tattoo on her shoulder and she got a nose ring, a nose piercing. Does that mean that her kid deserved to die also? Because it was well over 100 people at the party. And a lot of them was being invited from people, and it didn't have anything to do with tying to a gang. It wasn't a gang party. It was a children's birthday party. These dudes are monsters, bro. They're monsters. I don't care what you're talking about. They're monsters. It was a children's birthday party, and they went in there and they just shot everything and everybody up, and kids died. None of these people on this video right here look like they gang members. But yet the father is saying, listen, I love my son and I can't believe my son died.
I could just wake him up to go to school, and
his hugs.
Give him his hugs and put his arms out and just hug me.
He wanted a hug.
He always wanted a hug.
It was just 2 days ago when the unthinkable happened at a birthday party for a 2-year-old girl that the Peterson family had attended.
We got there at 4:42. And then, 5:30, that's when it happened. I knew I was going to lose my son within less than 30 minutes.
And the cold part about it is that he didn't even want to go. He wanted to stay home so he could go to night hoops.
Bullets struck 2 of their 5 children, KK and Amari.
It's just crazy how my brother just died like that.
Thankfully, KK is alive. Her quiet tears are louder than her words, but 14-year-old Amari didn't survive.
As a parent, just a human being, I'm never going to be able to see life the same way, especially with missing my son. It really tore me apart the most because I sat there and watched my baby die.
Amari was their star basketball and football player. His proud parents say everyone knew and loved him. Despite his popularity, he stayed humble.
It was like getting a perfect gift from God. Like, you couldn't complain about my son, about really anything.
Sitting right here, he would just come and just try to hug me, and sometimes
Bro, I will be so broken. I don't know if there's anything in the world that can break a man more. An active father. Let's be clear, because a lot of these people don't even know who their kids are. I'm not sure if there's anything else that I can think of right off the top of my head where I would say that would probably be devastating. I don't even know how I would be able to get through something like that. I don't know how I would be able to go to work every day. I don't know how I would be able to survive. I'm honest to God, bro. Like, if you think about the person, the people, the children that is so meaningful to you, the ones that you raise, think about your most perfect child. For me, I only have one, so that's all I can think of. But for people that have more than one child, think about the child that's the most perfect as far as like their behavior, academics, their sweetness. Now imagine that being a child that is taken away from you in a gunfight where people come in and just shoot everything up. I feel you, OG Rihanna. I feel you. Honestly, like, man, I would probably just keep working. And that's just my initial thought, to try to keep my mind off of it, because I just wouldn't want to be here. I don't even know if it would be a reason to live beyond that, bro. And that's what I'm saying, man. We so busy trying to point fingers before we start being humans, before we start showing a level of love to people. And I always say, man, every time I say, I don't wish jail on people. I don't wish death on people. And I don't wish a person's inability to be able to take care of their family. I've been saying that for a long time, bro. A long time. I don't wish death. I don't wish jail. And I don't wish somebody's inability to take care of their family on nobody. I would never do that. Even for my toughest enemy, I would never do that. Ever. Ever. I want to beat you, but I don't want to remove your ability to feed your family. I want to beat you, but I don't want you in prison and jail. I want to beat you, but I don't want you to die. I want you to be here and watch my success. You know what I'm saying? I want to beat you, but I ain't trying to wish jail on nobody that didn't, you know what I'm saying, that didn't commit a crime that actually deserves to go to jail. That's why I'm so heavy on, regardless of how you feel about somebody and how they live their lifestyle, that don't mean that they deserve to go to prison for the rest of your life just because you hate them and you hate their music, or you hate the fact that they talk to a woman that you liked or something like that. That's just jealousy. That's just an evil heart. We got evil hearts as people. That's why we lack the ability to give people grace. I remember when I'll give you an example. I remember when Kevin Samuels died, right? And I remember I will never forget this in my life. I remember there were hordes, and when I say hordes of women that were celebrating his death. Now, I've seen people pass away that I didn't necessarily care for when they were alive. You know what I said when they passed away? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because it's just a level of respect that I have for, I don't even want to talk bad about somebody that can't defend themselves, that can't speak up for themselves. There has been people that I just don't even talk about. I don't mention if they pass away, but I didn't necessarily care for them when they were alive. I just don't say nothing. I don't say anything. Because in that situation, if I don't have something good to say, I don't say anything at all. I just let it rock. It's crazy, bro. We lack so much humanity, but that's how you know that there's real demons is walking around on this.
I'm like, what do you want? Just give me a hug. I'm like, he just gave me a hug in the room. Just anywhere. I'll be in the kitchen. They just, his arms out. He would never be mad. He would just smile.
It's just really hard for me to cope with and hard for me to deal with. Like, me and my wife, we sacrifice a lot a lot for our kids. Like, and we might not have all the money in the world, or we might not have the fanciest things, but you know what I'm saying? Like, what we do get, we invested in our children, and we've always been about our kids.
Investigators are still searching for whoever is responsible for the shooting. The kids' coach had a message for the culprits.
Whoever shot them kids, man, you know, you're going to have to answer to God, man.
And you know what the worst part about it is? Let me tell you what the real truth of this whole situation is. There are some people in the hood, or some people in Stockton, or some people that was there that know who it was, and they just not saying nothing. And that's how toxic culture is, or culture can be. Somebody somewhere is aware of who, what, when, where, why, and how, what was happening, and they haven't said anything, and that's why they haven't found these people. That's what's messed up about it. Little kids can die, and people are implementing a no snitch rule as civilians. We protect the most evil amongst us, and the most vulnerable amongst us is full game now. That's how you know that the world is upside down. That's how you know that the world is upside down. The most evil amongst us is protected, and the most vulnerable, the children, the women, full game. Full game. All 100%. It's a go. It's a go. These dudes is probably walking around doing their thing, still slanging, selling drugs, moving guns, doing whatever the hell that they doing. And it's cool. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let me read a couple of super chats. Definitely my inspiration for content creation. Shout out to Dark City ENT 23. I appreciate you, bro. Timothy says, facts, AD, even Hassan Campbell shouted you out and gave you your flowers. Yeah, I've seen that. I like Hassan. I think Hassan is a great content creator. I also see him, I seen that he had connected with Mace. I got love for content creators as a whole. I may look at some people, not Hassan Campbell, I may look at some people from a competitive perspective, knowing that I want to win and I want to continue to be the best at what it is that I do as a content creator. But I think that the content creator community, those that are able to sustain and build a platform like the Hassan Campbells, like the Tasha K's, y'all seen me with grace address Tasha K trying to ask questions to create content around me and Charleston White. I wasn't mad at Tasha K at all. I don't look at Tasha K and say anything negative to her. I think that Tasha K is good at what she does. I got love for Hassan Campbell, and I appreciate him for having the kind words and giving me flowers and shouting me out. Shout out to Hassan Campbell, and shout out to the content creators, man. Love to Hassan Campbell. Tell Hassan Campbell love to Hassan Campbell for enduring the things that he's endured through and continuing to be successful and continuing to grow. Shout out to Hassan Campbell. Just the Brown Girl in America says this ish is heavy AD. Heavy AD. And to you demons in the chat that want to find any reason to talk mess about a tattoo, you need to go lay at the altar, get some hands laid on you, and get them spirits out. Facts. Just the Brown Girl in America. Wyatt says this goes back to what you said at the beginning of the show, messing with people you really don't know, friends or family. I agree 100%. Terrible People Podcast says, AD, we need a prayer after this story, man. This story hurts. Pray for the family, man. Pray for the family. We need to see the humanity in each other, including our enemy, bring back being our humanity. God bless these people. Mr. Joe says, you know how dark people's heart is when someone they don't like pass away. Sean Miller says the culture needs a secret group that handle these things with force instead of always saying God gonna handle it. No, they'll eliminate people. It's bad, man. It's bad out here. Be careful. Keep your head on a swivel and stay in the Ghost Dog says, don't idolize Anton said, got. So because somebody gives me props or people show me love, because I show love to people all the time. I just show love to Hassan Campbell. Because people show me love and saying that I'm great at what I do, all of a sudden they worship me. Hey man, listen. Let's start a new. Let's normalize giving love to people. Let's normalize. We don't even think twice about throwing dirt on people's names and being negative towards them. But the minute that somebody give you a compliment, all of a sudden somebody want to hush them. You hush. You hush. You hush. Ain't nobody doing nothing negative. Ain't nobody saying nothing negative. I love everybody. I love everybody. Now they want to hush somebody because they giving you some compliments. Get out of here. Get out of here. Thank you. It's admiration, and it's okay to show love to people. People are they broken, man. We on a mission, chasers. Shout out to the bag chasers. Shout out to the bag chasers. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. People, we are on a mission to heal people. We gonna heal their finances through the work, not just them empty prayers. We gonna heal their finances. We gonna give them the information to invest. We gonna help them with their debt. We gonna heal their relationships. We gonna heal them in their future endeavors, making sure that they think their way through a situation before they get themselves in something they can't get out of. We are going to fix the world one accountability partner at a time. One accountability partner at a time. Nope. You want to say negative about somebody's son? We're going to time you out, buddy. Don't block them, y'all. Just time them out. When somebody is on a negative rant and they want to talk crazy about somebody else's son or something, time them out. What do his son got to do with anything that we talking about? Time them out. Time them out. Anton should want to help white, red, brown, yellow, green, all humans, not just black skin. When did I become pro-black? I'm pro-human and pro-American. I'm pro-God. Y'all stop being divisive. Stop being divisive. Get your life together. Hey, Daniel, my job matches my 401k when I contribute 6%. I currently put in 10%. Shall I lower it to 6% to put my 4% elsewhere? Pray for those kids. No, keep it at 10%. Keep it at 10%. It's all being invested. Keep it at 10%. Keep it exactly where you've been at. Don't change it. Don't change it. Or do 10% your regular 401k, 4% Roth 401k. Start trying to train yourself to convert over and pay the taxes ahead of time and let it grow tax-free. Go 6% 401k, 4% Roth, or 3% Roth. All right. Let's continue. What else we got? So let's go to some local news real quick. I seen this story. Let me see what's happening out here in these streets.
Judge today after police say they shot at officers and narrowly missed an innocent bystander during a high-speed chase. Police arrested 4 teens, but are looking for at least 2 others. KOMO's Lynn Ann Wynn live this evening from juvenile court in Seattle, where the teens were arrested, had their first appearance in court this afternoon. Lynn Ann?
Well, Preston, we know at least 2 of those teens arrested have been arrested for other crimes of 4, and all 4 are now facing possible charges after police found them in a stolen SUV with multiple guns.
It feels surreal. It feels like it didn't happen. And I'm just starting to realize that I was in a big danger.
Oksana Matsugora is still getting over the shock of bullets just barely missing her as she was driving, ducking down as she was caught in the gunfire as teens shot at Seattle police officers Saturday night.
And I didn't know why they tried to shoot. So I was thinking, like, are they trying to shoot until they kill me? Because they will keep firing shots.
Seattle police were patrolling in North Seattle when they noticed an SUV driving erratically and rushing away from officers. SPD later caught up with the stolen SUV in South Seattle, following it onto I-5 when the shooting started.
Basically, the panic kicked in when I left the car. And I started running towards the cars, and the guy came out and he just introduced himself, showed his badge, and he was like, "We're so sorry, they were shooting us, they were not shooting you."
Officers were able to stop the SUV with a pit maneuver, arresting 4 teens while at least 2 others got away. Officers also found 2 guns near the vehicle and on one of the teens. The 4 arrested appeared in juvenile court, and prosecutors say 2 of them have a prior criminal record.
We know that one of those 2 who was held in secure detention, there was a warrant that King County prosecutors had previously made a motion for in a custodial assault case. And so that was active at the time of the most recent arrest, from our understanding.
Attorneys for some of the teens argued they didn't know the SUV was stolen and couldn't get out of the vehicle during the chase and shooting. Some of their family members were here in court asking for their teens to be released from custody.
Her coming home, this would never happen. I promise that.
Yep. We know who the culprits are. We can look at the skin right there and tell who the parents are. Nope. I say let them stay in jail. I say let them stay in jail. I don't say release them at all. Nope. Because if you couldn't get control of your kids, if you didn't know that your children, matter of fact, I'm the type of dude, don't let me ever become a judge, because I'm the type of guy that'll say, hey, hold on, wait a minute. So you didn't know where your kids was? All right, well, I'll tell you what. Let me give you 30 days, 2 in jail. You get 30 days, you get time in jail. Bro, they were in a SUV that was stolen, that had guns, and they was in the middle of a gunfight. Why would they let you out? What do you mean? What do you mean? Anton, I believe, no. This is a completely separate case. We're not talking about the Stockton, California one. This is a completely separate case of a group of young people that were shooting at the police in a stolen SUV. The police had to do a pit maneuver to get them to stop, and then they also arrest, and 2 people got away. 2 people got away. No, let them go to jail. It'll probably save their life. That's what a lot of these parents don't understand, is that you want your baby. Where his father at? The first thing that I would say if I was a judge is, I don't really want to talk to you, ma'am. I want to talk to his father. Good morning, Flavor. The first thing that I would say as a judge, if any young person comes into my courtroom, or if any young person, or you're pleading for him to be released, I would say, I'm sorry, ma'am. I need to talk to his father before I take anything into consideration. I need to talk to his father. Y'all said, what state is this in? This is California, I believe. Como News is California. Oh, Seattle. This is Seattle. This is Seattle. SPD, Seattle Police Department, caught up with the stolen SUV in South Seattle following it to I-5. So this is Seattle. I ain't even know that y'all was getting it like that out there. I ain't know y'all was thugging in Seattle.
Her coming home, this would never happen. I promise that. This would never, ever happen. She never been in any other trouble. She doesn't have a record or anything.
Nah, baby. Nope. Nah, we about to save your little girl's life because she was probably about to head to the trap and get bust down. Yes, it's teenage females that they're trying to argue to get out of jail. Nope. She was about to head to the trap and they was about to bust her down for a real one. And they was about to turn her into a bus though. Yep. Arguing for their teenage kids to get released from jail. Let her sit in there.
Any other trouble. She doesn't have a record or anything.
Now, 2 of those teens with priors on their record have been ordered to remain in secure detention, while 2 others were allowed back home onto electronic home monitoring. Seattle police have also told us that a gunshot victim later showed up at the hospital after this incident in Renton, but they have not said how or if that person might be involved in this investigation. Preston.
Lynn, I'm curious, what can you tell us about the teen's prior criminal record?
So we know that a 16-year-old boy who was arrested does have an active felony warrant for robbery, and King County prosecutors also told us that he has an ongoing case for assault while in custody, while one of the teen girls who was arrested does have a prior for robbery out of another county. We'll send it.
What? Come on, family. Hold on. Wait. You telling me, because first of all, one of the teen girls already got a case on her. One of the guys that they hanging with already got a felony. How you gonna be a teenager with a prior felony and you out on the street shooting at the police? What? Oh my God. In Seattle of all places. Man, listen, bro, do you know if I seen my daughter hanging with some YNs, what that would look like for her? It's furniture moving everywhere. I need your keys. I need your truck. I need your clothes. I need everything. When it's so funny because when I'm out with my daughter, she ribs me and she gets on me and she jumps on my back and stuff, right? And so we be laughing and playing and all of that stuff. And then when other people come around and I introduce her and I say, hey, this is my daughter, Leslie. And she'll be like, hi. No, I'm okay. I had fun in Croatia. No, I just came back from a competition. My dad said this. She acts like she's like 14 years old, 13 years old, and she's 17. She gets shy. She gets sheepish. She starts standing behind me. She still acts like a little kid. She acts like a little kid. On Saturdays, right? She goes and she volunteers at the other Taekwondo because they got more than one school, right? And so she drives all the way over to Troy, and she recently got an award for mentoring all of the younger kids that came into Taekwondo because that's what she loves to do, is she loves to work with the younger people. And so she'll go and she'll say, Dad, this person, they knew. And so I got to go and show them around and all of this stuff. And that's one of the things that I love about her is that, and I tell her this all the time, because we was talking, we was at the game yesterday. I took her to the game with me yesterday. And she was saying, we were sitting there talking during halftime, and we was eating together. And I was talking to Jason Wilson. And there's like, what do you want to do? And she was like, well, I'm trying to figure out, because she was asking me, she said, I was trying to figure out how long it's going to actually take for me to become a physician. And so she wants to go into medicine, maybe anesthesiology, all of this type of stuff, right? And so she's weighing her options and she's looking at the different different schools of medicine and colleges and Ross School of Business at U of M. And so she's looking at all of these different things. Or she's trying to figure out if she just wants to come straight into the family business, get into the building of properties and all of this stuff. And so she's asking me, Dad, how long is it? How long is school? How long is schooling? And so I just give her a round number. I say, it's going to take 8 to 10 years in order for you to go down that path. And she was like, well, I hope you plan for it, because I don't plan on working. I just want to focus on school. She's a child. In my mind, she will be a child until she is 30. You said because you told her about the money in anesthesiology. You think my daughter care about the money in anesthesiology? You think my daughter cares about money? My daughter cares about spending my money. She don't care about money. My daughter wants to go into something to help other people. That's why why she's considering going into the medical field. My daughter is a child until listen, my kid and your kid is not the same. My kid is not doing it for the money. My kid has the privilege of her father being rich so that she doesn't have to make decisions on how she can support herself. She's not worried about no money, bro. Like, listen, y'all got to stop putting y'all trauma on other people. They say rich is relative. No, rich is rich. Rich is rich. Don't let them lie to you. Rich is not relative. Rich is rich. That's what they try to tell you when they trying to make sense of it. Man, rich is relative. No, rich is rich. This is rich. You said, Anton, it's a lot of lame N-words in your chat. That's okay. That's what we're going to do. We're going to bring them along. Everybody wasn't always here that's in the bag chasers today. They had to come from somewhere. Sometimes people be dusty and you pluck them out of the dust and you wipe them off and you bring them along. Say, AD, how do you keep the YN away? Keep them busy. Keep them busy. Keep them active. Participate in their life. Go to the games with them. Go to the library with them. Being active in their life. Keeping them busy with so much stuff and keeping their schedule slammed. That's how you do it. Keep the kids active. Have both parents in their life. When she ain't with me, she with her mother, or she with both of us at the same time. When I'm working, she with mom. When mom is having fun with family, then she with dad at the game. Keep them active. Keep them active. Keep them busy. Keep them participating in stuff. Get them in stuff. Try different things out. My daughter tried everything. Volleyball, tennis, this, and she just taekwondo. It just hit. It clicked with her, and she was like, I love this. You have to keep your children busy. I don't mind. They start getting into stuff and doing things that they ain't supposed to do. No. You got to teach. You got to preach. You got to be with them. You got to let them fail in controlled environments. You have to be active. That is the way that you keep these YNs away, that you keep these people out of the streets. They don't even think about certain things no more because they're not around that element. Keep them active. Keep them active. Keep them in church. Keep them learning the word of God. Pray with them. My daughter visibly sees me pray with her and pray on her. I pray over her. I literally go and I pray for her. She knows the prayers that I say. Even when I switched it up one time, she said, you used to say it like this. They have to see you treat their mother good. They got to see you doing things great. They got to be, when something happens, you see how my daughter called me? My daughter call me every day that she gets out on her way to school and on her way home from school. She lets me know that she got to school safely. She leave the house. or on her, and as soon as she get out of her first hour, because she do cooking classes in the morning time, and then she go over to her regular school, she called me on her way. Hey, Dad, I'm doing this. Hey, Dad, my tire is low. Hey, Dad, what's going on with this? Hey, Dad, I'm on my way. Hey, Dad, we going to the game today. Hey, Dad, I'm doing this. Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad, did you get my location? Did you see I made it home safely? Get involved. Get involved in your children's life. Hey, Dad, you know my banquet is this day. Hey, Dad, this and that and this and that. You have to get active in your kids' life. Stop letting them raise themselves. You can't wait to push them out. You can't wait to get them out the house. You can't wait for them to be able to go out so you can go and have some fun. Bro, you got the rest of your life to have fun. Before I ever started getting involved in the city, before I ever started really breaking out and I waited to build my office and stuff, I stayed home. I stayed home because my daughter needed to see me every day. I stayed home. I stayed active. I was there with my daughter, immersed in her life. That's the reason why I only had one kid, is because I didn't want to spread myself thin. I stayed home. I was with her. Come to daddy. Come to daddy. I should tell you, Dad, I just transferred this over to my accounts. I'll call my daughter right now. She'll tell you how much money she just transferred into her accounts. You don't believe it? I'll show you. She might be in school right now. Hey, baby. How's it going? I'm on a live stream too, so.
Okay, they told me that that they're busy, like they have a bunch of customers at that time, so they told me to come back after school. Because he asked me what time I got out of school, and so he said that I would be fine by that. So I'm gonna just go to school, and then go right after school.
Okay, Leslie, I got a question. How much money did you just save up and transfer into the brokerage account?
Wait, when?
Just about a week ago, or whatever you sent it.
I think it was like 2,000 or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I put it in your brokerage account. So.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right, baby.
Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye. She don't even care about money. She stack up her money and then she said, "Hey, Dad, can you put this in a brokerage account? I'm transferring it over to your account." My daughter is different. My lineage is different. The expectations on their life is different. She don't be thinking about no money. She saved like 80% of everything that she get, and then she'd be like, "Hey, I'm about to transfer this into the brokerage account. Can you invest it in this stock for me?" I don't even manage her money. She manages her own money, and she just tells me what to invest it in. Because I taught her everything. She's literally my protege. She's my protege. Expectations is great. And we talk about everything. Possibility of boys, what her life is like, who like her, all of this stuff. We talk about everything. She busy. She is busy. All right? Make sure that's how you that's how you raise your kids. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let me see what y'all talking about. How should I invest $50K for growth and safety? Until you join the Patreon and until you actually get information on how we research which companies to invest in, the 8 things that we look for when we looking to invest in a company, and you can look at any of the previous stock clubs. I uploaded it, and you need to join. When y'all join the Patreon, make sure you tap into the Discord. The link to the Discord is in the description of any of the most recent videos. If you're having problems getting into the Discord, email me and then I'll make sure that I update the link because maybe the link is outdated. It should be fine though. Until you get it, until you understand what to invest in, my suggestion is just to put it in the SPY. SPY follows the S&P 500, and you should be fine. VOOSPY. Maybe you can do an ETF like VOO or QQQ is fine. Those are very, very safe bets. It's going to be up and down, but it'll do like this. But SPY, just throw in an SPY until you can figure out what to put it in. Why is this AD let's bet? I said they got dreadlocks. We're not going to see them because they kids. So shout out to you. Solution Trucking Channel says, how much is it for Taekwondo a month out there, AD? I pay almost $400 for two boys out here in Texas. I don't know. They mama pay for it. That's the responsibility that I give over to my chick, right? I'll be like, listen, whatever they paying for Taekwondo, mine's is a little bit more expensive. Leslie's is a little bit more expensive because she does all of these special AAU programs and traveling and all of this stuff. But I don't think it's that much. It's not $400 a month for two. It's not $200 a month. It's significantly less than that. All right. But yeah, I don't know. My chick pay for that. TS Car Washing Detail Service says, you saw what Odell Beckham Jr. said about $100 million? Yeah, I think we had talked about that. That was a while ago. He said it on the Pivot podcast. TS Car Wash says, nobody never think you be lying, big dog. It's not that you lying, is that you got to reinforce it with the truth and receipts. So that's the thing. It's never about whether you lying or not, because I've been doing this long enough to where if that was the case, then somebody would have actually shown you some stuff, or somebody would have produced some paperwork or whatever like that, right? It's about reinforcing the truth with receipts, because we've gotten to the point in a culture where anybody can say anything and you still can't prove it, right? And so the consistency with me is that I live my life like an open book. So I have to show the receipts when necessary to reinforce it. And you don't know who's new. You don't know if it's their first time watching. You don't know if they've never really seen me. You don't know if they're a bag chaser or not, because they may not be familiar with my work. So you have to reinforce it by showing people what your life is like, what the receipts are, so that they understand how they're supposed to live their life. The who you are, the way that you lead people is you have to be an example of the thing that you advocate for. That's the way that you lead. And so to reinforce it, you got to show the receipts. Great father, would you raise your son different? Yes, Phoenix, I would. I will raise a boy completely different than I would raise a girl. I would 100% raise a boy. I will raise my boy the same way that my father raised us. Girls are to be treated completely different than girls. Dr. Umar never showed any receipts. You see, he was going through, scammed everybody. I was shocked. My son watches you from time to time. He's 20 years young. That's why I'm upgrading to the top one. Shout out to all of the chasers. Nah, this recent what Odell Beckham Jr. look into. Okay, so let me look at what Odell. This is y'all show, right? This is y'all show. And because we live streaming starting at 10 o'clock in the morning, we could talk about anything we want to longer because we got more time. See, usually I wouldn't even start live streaming until an hour from now. But since we got more time now in the morning, for the people that say, Anton, no, we wanted you to stream at 12:30. Well, I'm still going to be streaming at 12:30. And that way, when you get on your lunch break, you can still catch the show. So we cool now. All right. So what is this? It's a new interview. What's the interview? Beckham Jr. 100 million. No, he was on the pivot, right? No, it's the same thing. He was on the pivot. What do y'all mean? When did he say that? What did he say? I don't see anything different. That was over a month ago. Yeah, we talked about that. check my email. What am I checking in my email? I don't see nothing in my email. When did y'all send it to my email? Send it to me right now. I don't see anything. I seen them on the pivot over a month ago. Email it to me now and then I'll check it out. Email it to me now and then I'll check it out. Yeah, that was over a month ago. He was on the Pivot podcast. I did a review. I talked about it. What up, Tabby? What up, Tabby? What up? All right. Is it anything else in particular that I'm trying to understand if it's anything else that y'all need to talk about before we continue on with the show. All right, y'all, let's move on. Let's go over to Mom Donnie. Because I want to revisit that conversation about the money and where the poverty line starts at and all of that stuff. And so I want to go over to Mom Donnie. Mom Donnie is over in New York protesting with Starbucks workers. Yes, he is. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let's get to it, y'all.
The man who pledges to be the mayor of all New Yorkers today, pledging that includes New Yorkers who go on strike. Zoran Mamdani giving support today to striking workers at the biggest coffee shop in the country, Starbucks. And 34-year-old Mamdani bringing with him an 84-year-old political colleague, U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders. The Starbucks, by the way, says it gives lots of benefits to workers, even part-timers. Here's Eyewitness News reporter NJ Burkett.
Senator Bernie Sanders joined Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani on a picket line in Park Slope, Brooklyn, marching with striking Starbucks workers to demand better wages and working conditions.
These are not demands of greed. These are demands for decency.
Starbucks workers walked off their jobs last month in several cities, including New York, protesting $18 an hour wages, erratic work hours, and unpredictable scheduling.
They do tend to just haphazardly schedule you.
Right now, we want to fight for fair consistency. Yeah.
Look at these people for a second, y'all. I want to take a moment to take this in. All right. I want to take a moment and I want to take it all in. And the reason that I want y'all to take it all in is because before we even get into the logistics of, what's going on and what's happening here, I want y'all to understand that we are talking about baristas. Baristas. People that make coffee. Coffee workers are protesting for a minimum wage of minimally $18 an hour. Now, the caveat to this is these are jobs that are baristas. Baristas are protesting for a minimum. That means starting, but not limited to, $18 an hour. They are saying that they want to be able to sustain a life and a family at $18 an hour. I'm going to keep on emphasizing this $18 an hour number. And the reason that I'm going to continue to hit on this $18 an hour number, and the reason why I'm telling y'all that y'all need to be looking at y'all screen right now, is because I want you to see that these are adults. These are grown adults that are walking the picket line, not at a steel mill, not at a steel mill, not at an auto plant, not at a utility company, none of that. They're not linemen that keep the electricity on. They're retail workers. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a retail worker, but they are baristas. Bro, I remember as these grown ass people, I remember a time where baristas, and this is something that maybe it was just me, and I'm just telling you what my experience is. We used to look at baristas, most of them, as sassy gay men. No cap. We used to look at baristas. Hey man, listen. It's a strong possibility that dude might be sassy. Real talk. Like, these were super liberal, nose ring wearing, might have a alphabet community pen on his apron. They would do little faces inside of your little mocha frappe or whatever y'all called it. Like, the expectation was that Starbucks was always supposed to be expensive, because Starbucks was supposed to be a thing. I remember when my daughter was in school, it was like a thing where they would get like a Starbucks cup or whatever and put some water in it just to pretend like they got an expensive Starbucks. Like, Starbucks was supposed to be like, oh man, she's a Starbucks girl type of thing. I never expected to be in 2025 and to see Bernie Sanders and Zoran Mamdani on picket lines with Starbucks workers advocating for them to get a livable wage. I never, bro, what is the skill set that you have to be to get a job at Starbucks? What are we talking about? Before we even get into the capitalistic aspect of it, what are we talking about? We're talking about look at this lady. Look at her. This is the prototypical. Look at the guy's hat, or the guy or girl. They're ambiguous, right? Ambiguous, or whatever they want to call them. You don't know if they're a guy or a girl when they turn from behind. Yes, these are your local people that rent movies at the library, and they are eclectic. They're a hoot to party with. They could be living in a minivan somewhere. The prototypical person that I imagine working at a Starbucks in New York or Los Angeles is sharing a 3-bedroom apartment with 6 people, twin beds in each room, 2 twin beds in each room, or they're straight out of high school and they're trying to get some work experience so that they can save some money for a school trip, for their yearbook, or to go and get some Guess jeans. Never did I expect in a million years for these people to be standing on a picket line, joined by Bernie Sanders, because for $18 an hour, we need to get a livable wage in this country, because the billionaires in this country have completely taken over. And I don't want more of our tax dollars to be given to the billionaires in this country, because I don't think that the jobs that they create provide the livable wage for all of New Yorkers. And the one thing that I know is that all politicians on the Democratic slate are now tapping into what Mamdani has done, because he's pushing the envelope with socialism. And I'm like, what? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? We have baristas. Didn't they just let go a whole thousands of y'all because they just closed 600 stores? Didn't they just close 600 stores in the United States of America? And y'all out there protesting?
Obviously, a living, working schedule and wage.
Starbucks operates roughly 10,000 stores nationwide. The company claims that several dozen have been impacted by the strike and that the low hourly wages are offset by a generous benefits package, putting total compensation at closer to $30 an hour. In a separate development, Starbucks has agreed to compensate some of its work.
When did I work on my Bernie Sanders voice? I don't know. I don't know, man. I just listen to him and then somehow I'm able to adapt to what's going on. I don't know.
After reaching a settlement with the city of New York over scheduling practices that violated city worker protection laws. A lawsuit brought by the Adams administration after a flood of worker complaints. Tonight, the company says it's instituting bigger rosters, better schedules, and upgrades to our scheduling tools. Sanders told reporters that Mamdani's historic campaign has tapped into something.
Look at that fake smile. He always has the same smile and it's so fake. It's not a real smile. Look, it's too cheesing. And he always, oh man. You know what's going to happen one day? I predict that one day the crack is going to slip and the mask is going to come off and you're going to see something that you don't know what you're going to see. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know what it's going to be, but one day you're going to see the mask slip off this guy and it's going to be like, ooh, and you ain't going to be able to ignore it because it's going to be like, wait a minute. You're going to see the mask slip. You're going to see the mask slip and it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty, bro. I'm telling you. Mark my words.
You're seeing more and more candidates standing up exactly the same way that Tehran did.
I said, yo, shout out to my dog, Phil the Burn. I talk the same way that I think I just did it the same way. He got a DJI on. Where my DJI at? Let me get my DJI. He got it right there on his lapel. Let me get mine. He got the old one. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't upgraded yet. I got the new joint. And in that one, it's in the other one. All right, cool. Let me see. Oh, yeah, it's in this one. He got the old joint. We got the new joint. You know what I'm saying? There it is. There it is. Yeah, we got the new joint. Yep, it's right there. It's the new and improved one. We got the new joint, the new and improved one. No, I think he's topped in. Oh, shoot. Let me see what's happening out here in these streets. Let me see. Mamdani, the man, the myth, the legend.
You're telling me the laundry sauce is 40% off and they're giving $75 worth of free gifts?
Premium. Switch to premium. Mamdani Starbucks.
Okay, everyone, we're going to get started.
Oh, no, I don't like it. I don't like it because the audio is not there. I don't like it when they try to do the audio and the audio be wrong and it's on the other side. But listen, bro. Listen, this is what it comes down to when it comes to Starbucks and protesting and capitalism. In a nutshell, all of these people are at some point they're going to run all of the businesses or they're going to try to run all of the business out of New York City. The only thing that places like New York has going for it is that is so many people there. So you got enough headroom to bully the businesses just enough before they hit their breaking point. But I think that Mom Donnie is going to be the breaking point, because eventually any business that's not profitable has to eventually leave. Any business that's not profitable have to leave. And so now they're pushing Starbucks to the point where Starbucks is going to have to raise prices and raise revenue, which completely negates any kind of raise that any kind of person that is protesting on the behalf of Starbucks or against Starbucks. Bro, you just got to get another job. Imagine them calling you criminals, or imagine them that they're talking negatively about you and destroying your name while they volunteered to work there. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. You volunteered to work there. You sent in an application. You needed a job. We saved you from yourself. We gave you income. And now you're disrespectful towards us. For me, that's crazy. That's crazy. You can't disrespect the very people that pay you, your paycheck. I look at it like this, because first of all, the margins at Starbucks, because of their costs, is thin, right? $38 billion in revenue, less than $2 billion in profit. That's crazy, right? Because I understand the numbers, and I'm not a person that has never had a job before, like a Zoran Mamdani, or even a Bernie Sanders for that matter. It's not the same. Okay? It's not the same. But we'll get there. I'll continue to break it down. That is what Zoran Mamdani and Bernie Sanders is doing over there in New York. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let's see what they're saying in the streets. Lex, please, says, good morning, AD. Did you see the outrage on the father who doesn't want to bury his trans son, a woman? I did. I'll pull that up in a minute. Let me hold on to that. What up, Nichelle? Says, AD, I emailed you a finance story from Business Insider just before 8 a.m. this morning. I know, I seen it. I literally seen you email me as soon as I seen your name come up. Matt says, those Starbucks jobs are for high schoolers. TS Car Wash and Detail Service says, you saw the barber push that guy lining back that went viral? I didn't. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Amethyst Angel 216 says these are the same ones that don't need or that don't read their pay stubs to see how much of that $18 an hour is taxed. And they're not working 40 hours a week. Wyatt says, you know what it's going to be? That move in that video that he did. TS Car Wash and Detail Service says, you saw Aiden Ross saying on live stream that when he listens to hip hop, he says the N-word. Y'all be watching Aiden Ross? Y'all be watching Aiden Ross? And there's nothing wrong with Aiden Ross. I just didn't know that he was gearing. I didn't know that Aiden Ross targets our demographic for his audience. I never looked at myself as the target demographic of most of these streamers. I think that most of these streamers are looking at little kids. You know what I'm saying? Kids that are real impressionable. What I talk about is for grown folk. I have grown folk conversations. Oh, no, nobody is denying his impact or how big he is as a streamer or any of that type of stuff. I'm saying that I didn't know that we were the target demographic for Aiden Ross. I thought that their target demographic is a little bit different than ours. You know what I'm saying? So I talk about grown stuff. I don't talk about white people that use the N-word. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to even kick it with nobody unless they're at least 24, 25 years old. You know what I'm saying? If you younger than 20, then you shouldn't even be able to comment on my stuff. You just need to watch. I'm telling you the truth. Like, the youngest that I'll allow for you to have a conversation with me is you got to be at least 23. because your brain got to be fully developed before we even start having a conversation. I don't talk to kids. I don't talk to kids. I think that kids need to shut the fuck up and listen. You need to be an observer. It's nothing for us to conversate about. I don't want to know your life. I'm not interested in trying to understand you. I'm not trying to figure out what you doing, and I don't want to be your motherfucking mentor. I'm gonna be straight up real with you. I am not a mentor for all of the ladies, all right? Because I know a lot of y'all hit me up, you email me, you DM me. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I can't mentor your little kid. I can't mentor little nug nug. I don't even want to talk to him unless he's 23 years old or older. Because I don't feel like hearing you stutter. I want to make sure that your brain is fully developed, and I need to be able to really say what I want to say. Because I don't want you coming to me and saying, oh no, not my baby. Because I'm going to say, fuck your baby. I don't care about that. I don't care about feelings. I'm not for people. I've done that before. I've had mentorship. I've taken in younger guys off the street. I've done my due diligence with that. I'm not interested. If you are under the age of 23 and you decide to watch my content, which I don't give a fuck if you do or not, honestly, I'm genuinely don't care, then you should be in observation mode. The only thing you can do is watch. I'm not looking to interact with you. I don't want to see you talking tough. I don't want to understand the difference between your generation and my generation. I'm not interested. And the reason, let me tell you why 23 is a good age, right? Because most people, if they go straight out of college and out of high school into college, you don't really graduate with your bachelor's degree unless you get a 4-year degree. And so you're going to be 22, 23 years old before you do that. And so I'm going to wait to the latest age. 23, that means you maybe got a job, you experience in life, you might have got your little dick wet a little bit, so you think that you pumping hard. You think that because you think because you sweating that you're doing a lot. Nope. That comes with time. That comes with age. You realize that I don't have to pump aggressively. I'm just gonna hurt her. I don't want to hurt her. I want to come back for seconds and thirds. You know what I'm saying? You think that $1,000 is a lot of money. You don't really understand life yet. You're still figuring it out. You know, they used to call you wet behind the ears. I don't look at the term as unk as an insult. I like it. Matter of fact, I prefer OG. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's some smoothing of the brain that has to happen. It's some rough edges that we got to smooth out. You still care about what women think about you. You still trying to impress people. That's why when I see niggas say that type of stuff, I be like, oh yeah, that's Arrested Development. They just ain't got there yet. They still trying to figure it out. You still care about whether or not a woman think that you did a lot. I don't. I'm the type of person that be like, hey, it's time to go home. I loved you while you was here, and now it's time to go. You still trying to hug her at night. I spoon until, see, I understand that as we age, our body heat calls for me to roll over. That's why I'm a spoon with you for the first 20 minutes. And then you going through the change. I don't even want a woman around me unless she's starting to think about going through the change. I want my chicks change ready. Yes. A lot of you niggas, y'all like the younger chicks. You trying to keep up with that hoe. I don't. I want my chicks that don't even got periods no more. I'm trying to figure out pre-menopause. You don't even know what that word means, do you? Yeah. I don't want to talk to her. Or perimenopause. You're right. Perimenopause. I want my chick through the change. I don't even want to be around a woman unless she can't regulate her body temperature. She hot 1 minute, she cold the next. I'll say, oh yeah, she ready. She ready. I don't want a woman unless she take a nap before she go to the concert. If you don't want to take a good nap, if you don't look at a nap as a good time, then I don't want you around me. I want nap bay. I don't want all of that extra shit that you got going on right now. I want nap bay. I don't want to listen. I want a chick that know who she is. I don't want no woman coming into my house doing like this. Guess who house I'm at? His name start with an A and I'm in Detroit. I don't need no bitch taking no pictures of my place. I need a chick that understand where she at and when it's okay to take pictures. I need a chick that know that it's okay to pull her phone out. I don't need to be keeping one eye open when I go to sleep at night to know whether or not you're taking a picture of me and if that shit is going to end up on TikTok on a story time. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want a chick around me unless she got something to lose. Because you took a picture of me, I'm going to take a picture of you too, bitch. Now what? So we don't even have that conversation. I'm not going back and forth with any chick that don't sign an NDA or consent agreement. I don't want to be around no woman that ain't already had her heart broken. I want a heart broken. I want all of that shit out the way. I want her to already been suffered. I want her to, had difficult with her baby daddy. I want her baby daddy that already had kicked her out before and she got her life together. And so she don't feel like she need no man. I want a chick that had already been drugged through the mud by her father and her baby daddy so that when she come over to me, she appreciative. I want a heartbroken, he did you so dirty, girl. Come here. Let's have a good time so you can appreciate something. I don't want no chick that ain't seen life yet. You can have that funky hoe. I don't want her. We a perfect match, Lisa. I know we are. We here now. We here. I need a chick that can appreciate a good meal. She just happy to be here. Just happy to be here. Just want to be up under you. Fuck is you talking about? These hoes is clout chasers. I don't want them. I want them up. Get them up there. Millennial and above. Get them up there. Give me a millennial chick. Some come on the TV and the radio. I'm up there. I'm in love with a stripper. I'm up here doing the T-Pain. She rock and she rolling and she looking at me like I'm crazy. You ain't never heard of T-Pain before? What? I can't even take this bitch to an old school concert. What the fuck is you talking about? She rock and she roll and I'm in love with a stripper. Nowhere out there, I'm saying I'm in love with a stripper. If you don't know the what is it? The art of noise, the love. If you ain't heard the whole 10-minute version of the art of noise, I want a chick that know what Genuine used to be like when Pony came out. I don't want a chick that only know what Genuine is like today. The crazy Genuine. I want a chick that know who the old Genuine is. If you ain't never really listened to Aaliyah, I don't want to hang out with you. I'm sorry. Yeah, Genuine pre-bad knees. Genuine. If you don't know what this is, want that Laffy Taffy, that Laffy Taffy, that Laffy Taffy. If you don't know who Fabo is, Fabo, I got you. I see him hard than the mother. Right now, I shoot a nigga. Right now. Geeked up. I can't make it on my own. I'm geeked up. Hey! Help me, help me, help me, help me. If you don't know none of this stuff that I'm talking about, don't talk to me. You are in observation mode only. You need to shut the fuck up, listen to what I'm telling you, and then we're going to go from there. All right? Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let me read a few more super chats, and we're going to get over to the next part of the show. I'm geeked up. Why do y'all want to talk to these young hoes? She don't like you. TS Car Wash and Detail Services. Look into that barber pushing line and back video. He pulled a gun. Oh, he pulled a gun on him. Okay. All right. All right. Good morning, AD. Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all having me on the show last night. What up, Sterling? You was cooking. I like you. You was good for the show. Hopefully, I can return to get more perspective on some hot topics. Peace. Thank you, Sterling. Thank you to everybody. This show was lit last night. Did you see the Saint Marquette Cook rapper My Son? I did not. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Listen. If I'm not reacting to something or prepping for the show, I'm trying to be rolling around and something. Because I'm in love with a stripper. I want all broken women that's had a former life that is now reformed. I want reformed hoes in my life. Good morning, AD. Been going back and forth watching some of your shows that I missed that. Don't blame Black culture for this segment of yours. Was the realest jewel I heard you drop. Yeah, that was a hit. That was hitting, wasn't it, Caroline? Thank you, big dog. Lean with it, rock with it. Lean with it, rock with it. Yeah, man. I want a former broken woman hoe. I want a woman that has been heartbroken. And when your heart is broken, you ready to come hang with AD. I want a born-again virgin, born-again strippers, all of that. Give me everything everything renewed. Keith says, Anton, you've been married for over 20 years. Why is someone who has been married for over 20 plus talking about snatching hoes? Do I got to explain this to the niggas again? Bro, I'm married to the game, baby. I'm married to the game. The game is my wife also. He must be new, right, K. Cooper? Everybody know that I'm crazy. Everybody know that I'm married to the game, baby. I'm married to the game. Nigga, that's how I'm still married, because I'm married to the game first. Still laughing at your take on Thailand. Shout out to all of the men that like lady boys. You definitely knew, Tabby. That's right, because I can. He got to take the orientation. He's new. Hey, guys. Give him some grace. Give him some grace. You just like hearing yourself being funny. I want a live show ready to buy tickets. You know I'm going on tour, right, Tori? I'm going on tour. Yes, I am. And I'm going on stage just like this. I need a ascot. I need an ascot. Ascot. I need an ascot. Get that Christmas hoodie then too. That's gonna be the name of my tour. It's gonna be the I Choose You 2 tour coming in 2026. I know you coming on tour with me, Nichelle. All right, y'all, we got to get to something new. What are we talking about? What are we talking about, guys? Huh? What are we talking about? Let's go over to, what do we just do? Mom Donnie? We can have an extended show today because we started early. Because see, usually, what is it, 12:15 Eastern? I wouldn't usually start the show until 12:35, 12:45. Woo! I'm feeling energized. This new 10 p.m. slot got me feeling like something new. I feel like I got a new lease on life, guys. I don't care about Luigi Margione. I want to find out after the trial is over. I don't care about following the trial in real time. Let's talk about, got a bevy of different stories that we can talk about. Couple gunned down in a home driveway. I heard he was a physician. We're going to come back to that once they find it and find out all of the rest of the stuff. Teens attacking people in Hermosa Beach. NYC landlord sound the alarm. Blogger for, this is your story, Mika. I'm going over to Mika's story, y'all. Mika, Meg Thee Stallion, and Milagro. I forget, is that what her name is? I forgot.
Verdict is in. Rapper Megan Thee Stallion celebrating a victory today after winning her defamation civil suit against blogger Milagro Grams.
The musician, whose real name is Megan Pete, sued that blogger for playing up a sexually explicit AI-generated video of her. But tonight, that blogger is ordered to pay up. Good evening, I'm Jim Barry.
And I'm Lauren Pastrana. CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor was inside the courtroom when that verdict was read, and he joins us live now from downtown Miami with more. Yvonne?
Yes, Jim and Lauren. So Milagro Cooper was found liable in this lawsuit, and that is the term used when we're talking about a civil lawsuit. Normally, guilty is when it's a criminal case. So she was found liable in this case, and that means that Megan Thee Stallion will be compensated, but only for a fraction of the millions of dollars she was seeking. Yet, as you will see now, she still looked happy with the outcome.
Megan Thee Stallion left federal court with a smile on her face.
Can I say something?
Are you happy? Are you happy with the outcome?
I'm just happy.
This is the end of a trial that began November 17. Megan Pete, the rapper's legal name, filed a lawsuit in October, days after a new Florida law went into effect. It allows people whose images are manipulated, as in AI false pornography, a way to sue those responsible in court. That's what this case was all about. Her lead attorney, John O'Sullivan, also came out smiling.
All good. Terrific.
Sullivan stated Megan Pete suffered emotional distress because of the AI deepfake video. The rapper testified it caused her to seek intensive mental health treatment. That cost her $240,000. She even wondered if her life was worth living. She said she also lost music contracts worth approximately $4 million. The jurors answered 16 questions to reach out the verdict. They said yes to Milagro Cooper being liable for defamation. She should compensate Megan Pete. But they also said that Milagro Cooper was treated as a member of the media.
Thank you guys for coming out every day.
Milagro seemed relieved with the verdict.
I just want to thank all the jurors, everybody who participated, and I'm happy it's over.
At the end of the day, it was not a complete win for any side. It's a trial. This is what happens in trial.
Are you happy then with the outcome?
I'm not ecstatic. Of course, you want things to go your way, but like I said, I respect the jury and what they decided, and I think I made out pretty good.
So let me tell you, and let me break this down, right? Because I did get wind of this from my girl, Mika. Mika says, we are media. So I don't think that there was any victory from anybody. I don't think that Meg Thee Stallion is happy. I believe that Milagro is not completely happy, but she's more relieved than about what's happening. And this is why. This is why I believe that, and maybe we'll add this as a part of the conversation tonight on After Hours. Matter of fact, I'll add it as a part of the conversation. Oh, shoot, it's Tuesday. Mika not going to be there. I'll wait. I'll add it as part of the conversation on Thursday instead of Tuesday. But let me tell you why. Nobody wins except for the lawyers. Nobody wins except for the lawyers in the courts. On one hand, you got Megan Thee Stallion, who has wasted tons of time with lawyers' fees, suing, doing the whole defamation thing, and trying to do the similar thing to what Cardi B did to Tasha K, right? And she's basically trying to silence vloggers, content creators, and media by hitting them with a heavy defamation suit and trying to get millions of dollars in addition to attorney's fees. The problem with that, though, is that the jury seen it a little bit different, and I believe that it was only a $75,000 award. Let me just double check that. Megan lawsuit award. It was $75,000. All right. So the jury awarded, the final judgment is going to be less than that. The jury awarded $75,000 in a defamation lawsuit against blogger Milagro Cooper. I would pay that without even blinking, right? But the final judgment is expected to be lowered to $59,000 because the jury also found the defendant should be treated as a media defendant, a status that typically requires plaintiff to provide advance notice of a lawsuit. In addition to damages, Cooper will likely have to pay Megan's legal fees. Okay. So whatever the legal fees plus the $59,000, which I don't know what Milagro's bag is because I'm not pocket watching her. And I don't feel the need to pocket watch her in this particular case. But whatever that is, plus $59,000, which is literally nothing to Megan Thee Stallion. And I think that Megan Thee Stallion, A, wanted the money, and B, she wanted to make a statement, right? She wanted to set the precedence. And let me tell you who else wins in this situation. Content creators. So Milagro actually secured a victory for content creators, but neither her nor Megan Thee Stallion comes out of this thing with what they want. Milagro obviously wanted to win the defamation case to where she wasn't liable for anything, and I don't think that she would want to pay anything. And then Megan Thee Stallion, obviously, she won, but at the same time, she didn't, because the only thing that she did was waste her time. She's going to get a $59,000 check, and then her legal fees and attorney fees is going to be paid as a result of it. Who wins is the content creators, because you don't want them to set the precedent that they can come after content creators for their opinion of what you say about them. People say stuff about me all the time. People say stuff about Megan. People say stuff about Michael. They say stuff about Michael Jackson. They say stuff about Chris Brown. They say stuff about everybody. They say stuff about, who was the one I was just crying on just back on Fig? Who was his name? I forgot what his name was. Whoever the one that was crying on back on Fig, they say stuff about him. So when you become a public figure, you then become susceptible to people's opinions. Now, Kevin McCall. Shout out to Kevin McCall. Shout out to Kevin McCall. So here's the key, though, is that when you start to create lies, for example, if somebody creates a deep fake, and I don't know anything about the deep fake video or whatever what they're saying in this, so I can't speak on that, all right? When you create lies, and I'm assuming that you can probably reference maybe Tasha K in this situation, because one of the reasons that Tasha K got sued is because Cardi B said Tasha K was lying about her having STDs. Is one thing to give your opinion, and it's another thing to say that this is a fact and this is what they did and this is a lie. The problem with that is that then becomes liable because you are causing somebody distress and harm based off of unsubstantiated claims and things that we claim as fact to not be true. So I believe that was at the core of this case. And in this case, only people that won was the vloggers and the content creators, because we don't want them setting a precedent that we can't say what we want to say when we want to say it, when we have an opinion on them being a public figure. Everybody gets talked about It is what it is. Y'all said she shared a Twitter post. Okay, all right. And that's the difference. People should be able to give their opinion about what is happening without being attacked because you are a public figure. Like I said, people make up stuff about me. People make up stuff about a lot of people all the time. And so it's a difference. There is a difference between saying something is fact and ruining somebody's reputation with fake information and saying something is and giving your opinion. So I don't think that anybody won. I think that, it is what it is. It's a wash. I'm pretty sure that Meg Thee Stallion was pissed off, but she had to show a good face because she can't say that she was disappointed. She got to put on a good, she got to put on a good face. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. They say every dude Megan messed with went downhill. I heard Blueface was on Vlad talking about he got head from Megan. Listen, as much as I don't necessarily care about Megan Thee Stallion with regard to this whole Tory Lanez situation, I'm not even going to play that nonsense, and I'm going to tell you why. I think that that's corny. I think it's corny to sit there and talk about whether or not you slept with somebody. I think it's so corny for men to say if a woman gave them head or if they slept with somebody. That is so weak. That is the weakest shit ever. I think that all women should get a petition list or to get a ban list, an unofficial ban list of men that you shouldn't sleep with that are public figures because they talk too fucking much and they tell too much of the business. I think that women need to, I'm an advocate. Listen, I told y'all I'm an advocate for women going forward. Women, that don't mean that I'm not going to hold y'all accountable. Women need to get an unofficial, official petition or block list to not mess with people, public figures. And y'all should have it local public figures up to the national public figures of niggas that y'all talking about, or of dudes that say that they slept with y'all or saying that they did anything sexual with you. That, in my opinion, is the corniest thing ever. Ever. You never, ever, ever kiss and tell as a man. You never, ever, 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 ever name names and kiss and tell as a man. You keep it G. You keep it G. You slow motion. Hey, man, what? No, man, I ain't mess with her, bro. Man, that's rumors, bro. I would never do that type of job. You keep it G. You slow motion. What? Who told you that? No. Never. I would never mess with that. Like, I would never do nothing like that. And that's the way you answer it. It's no disrespect to her. Because you know what I'm saying? I think that she dope. But we always just been cool. Nah, I wouldn't even cross no lines like that. That ain't even what it is, bro. Nah, that's corny, bro. I think the dudes that kiss and tell is corny anyway. That's how you play that. You never, ever, ever, ever talk about what you did and name names. You never name names under no circumstances. I don't know when that became a part of the game. Matter of fact, you could keep it so player that you don't even have to acknowledge that. What? Man, no, dog, that's corny, bro. Can we go to the next question, man? So how we gonna know the whole facts? So, well, nigga, so you want people to start publicly? Y'all are, dog. That's, now y'all know why I said. Now y'all know why I said. Because if you can't figure out that she for the streets, that's a you problem, nigga. Figure it out on your own. Do your detective work. Figure it out for yourself. Y'all, bro, this is why I don't want to hang with these young niggas. I don't want to be around nobody. I don't want to be around nobody that's talking. What is wrong with y'all, bro? When dudes started advocating for T-App for the men, I said, what kind of niggas is this? What part of the game is this? What part of the game is this? When did we get to the point to where men is begging to be on the T? I got T. I got T. When did we start caring about what women think? When did we start doing? What part of the game is that? What is wrong with y'all? What in the world am I witnessing right now? Y'all out here, y'all telling? I got you, Milk. Start at 10 in the morning now. Y'all telling? Yeah, no, man. Bro, the only time, and this is man law, all right? Don't make me bring back Wednesdays. I don't want to do this shit. This is man law. Man law is such. The only time that you, and you don't even have to say nothing, you just be like, is if you know that your man's was talking to her or he was rocking with her, you don't go after your man's. But y'all already are that cool and he know who you talking to, so it's understood, don't need to be said. Man law is I'm not going to go after my homie's ex-chick. I don't go after my homie's ex-chick. I don't go after my homie's baby mama. I don't go after my homie's ex-chick. If I know or if I suspect that he messed with her, I don't want her because that's his chick. He may come back and mess with her. He may come back and do something with her. That's his chick. Nah, baby girl, you better hold the homie down. Outside of that, nigga, it is nothing for us to discuss in no way, shape, form, or fashion. If that's your homie behind closed doors, hey. That's it. Other than that, stay out of the mix, man. Niggas is publicly going on vlogs. Can't wait to tell, yeah, man, no, dog, he was doing this to me. What? What's wrong with you niggas? I guess it ain't no rules to the game no more, y'all. The game is all fucked up. The game is messed up nowadays. Brandon, it's messed up out here, bro. Chris, here's the thing though. I don't want no chick that my homie done already been with. And we don't move based off of how women move. Women, it's they got their own rule book. They got to deal with their own shit. We deal with what we deal with, and they deal with what they deal with. We got our own rule book, and they got their own rule book. You want me to go to another man law? Another man law is you don't go behind your homie's back and tell on that nigga. Stop talking. Listen, if his chick come to you and say, hey, was you with him or whatever? Hey, what? No, I don't even get involved in that type of stuff. Hey, stop talking to the chicks. Don't tell them nothing. Shut up. Shut up. Shut your black mouth. Shut your mouth. Stop telling the business. Was he with you? What you know about him? Don't talk to women about other men, especially if that is your homie. You niggas is out here dirty as fuck. Oh man, but she said that she liked me. Nigga, it's 180, 190 million women in the United States of America. You had to get that one? You had to get that one. You couldn't find no other chick to fuck with but that one. Good God. That's how I'm understanding how these niggas is in gangs. Because if you a snitch like that and you don't even understand man law, how you gonna uphold the values of a whole organization? Facts, Lex. Facts. I got the tea on her. When do we start doing that? Anyways, make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. What we talking about next? Let me go and let me see what my different things. Las Vegas, rising tourism, job losses in Tennessee, former federal workers struggling to find new jobs. Investigation continues in the Simi Valley couple found a shot outside. Married couple killed in double shooting. AI job shakeup is accelerating. Is it time for universal basic income? Yeah, let's talk about this one, because this is one that I seen on CNN, and so I wanted to get into this.
AI is no longer an abstract threat. It's causing job loss right now, and the headlines, they tell the story. The Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, on Wednesday released a study that found that artificial intelligence can already replace 11.7% of the U.S. labor market, or as much as $1.2 trillion in wages across finance, healthcare, and professional services. The New York Times recently reported that Amazon is on the cusp of replacing what would be 600,000 warehouse jobs with robots and plans to automate 75% of its operations. CNBC reporting that Salesforce, Walmart, Paramount, UPS, YouTube, and Meta have all announced new rounds of layoffs attributable to AI, with nearly 1 million job cuts nationwide this year. That's the job loss that we can measure. Now consider what some are predicting about the future. Goldman Sachs estimating that 6 to 7% of the U.S. workforce could be displaced due to AI adoption. They do note, however, that the impact may only be transitory, because new opportunities created by AI might ultimately put people to work in other capacities. A report by the McKinsey Global Institute finding that AI could displace 40% of American jobs due to automation by 2030. That analysis found that robots and AI agents could automate more than half of U.S. work hours, both manual and cognitive, using technology that's available today if companies redesigned how they'll do things in the future. The World Economic Forum projecting that 92 million jobs worldwide may be displaced by 2030. Ford's CEO saying that AI could replace half of all white-collar workers there. NYU professor Scott Galloway predicting that AI will hit middle management first, noting that 6% dropped in managers at public companies since 2022. So here we are, AI eliminating jobs, more automation coming. If millions of people lose work, how will they support themselves? This is where an idea from the 2020 presidential campaign returns to the conversation. Universal Basic Income, or UBI. The concept, pretty straightforward. Every American adult would receive a set check each month. For Cook County, Illinois, which includes Chicago, this concept just became reality. The Cook County Board of Commissioners unanimously approved its 2026 budget proposal just this month. It includes $7.5 million for a guaranteed basic income program. Commissioners approved it after the success of a pilot program, where the county provided $500 a month to 3,200 households over 2 years. Survey findings based on that pilot revealed that 94% of the program recipients used the funds to address financial emergencies. 75% reported feeling more financially secure. 70% said that the program had a positive impact on mental health. Of course, there's the question of how do you pay for it? In the case of Cook County, as a result of the decrease in commercial real estate values, everybody's property taxes are now sky high. In Chicago, rising 16.7%, the largest jump in at least 30 years. West Garfield Park saw an increase of 133%, North Lawndale 99%, Englewood 82.5%. And there's pushback from the Illinois Policy Institute, which cites concerns about workforce and income effects. Quote, Cook County is making its guaranteed income pilot permanent and committing millions to a failed strategy already shown to leave people with less work experience and lower earnings.
So let me give you the truth on what this is, right? Somebody said, Anton, is this a form of communism? It's a form of socialism for sure. Communism is a little bit more extreme because now you're talking about regimes, you're talking about leadership. There's other factors that go into it. Socialism, yes, it is, because you're basically giving the government permission to manage our money and resources, which they've never, ever been able to do so successfully. And you're basically taking the power of people out of the hands of people and giving it into the federal government and the local government to try to subsidize your living expenses by placing extra taxes that is not going to be placed on the business. It is going to be placed on property owners, income, so on and so forth. And so you basically get an environment where we paying for our own subsidized living, similar to social services now. That's all it will be, is a form of social services. And people think that this is what they really want and what they really gonna sign up for. You basically remove your ability to get rich. You remove your incentive to innovate. You remove your ability to really be able to do anything great. Okay. So here's the caveat to that. Here's the backstory. And this is what my, based off of all of the reporting and insight and understanding in the business and climate and talking to different leaders and having conversations with people, AI will not replace workers. AI will disrupt industries, but just like every single technological advance and leap, it will not completely remove people's ability to earn. And let me explain. When the computer first came along, they said that it was going to completely replace all workers. It didn't. What it did is it shifted workers to completely different industries. Automation, before that, they said the same thing. It didn't. It created other jobs and it shifted people into new industries. Let me explain. When cars were first invented, soon after came the assembly line because they wanted to produce cars in mass. And people said that they didn't want cars because they only wanted horses. And it would basically disrupt the industries and the farming and the horses and all of this stuff. And it would kill jobs and everybody would be going poor and it would be in a poorhouse. Well, what it did was it created new jobs where the assembly line, followed by people migrating up to the north so that they can get all of these plant jobs. And there was new industry, roads was built, infrastructure, tax dollars, more revenue was generated for the United States of America than ever before. Then we started to get into robotics, automation, innovation, technological advances. And so the need for as many people that were working in the steel mills and were doing roads and building cars and all of this stuff, it started to dwindle. But what happened was you created new industries because now you had developers and you needed more structure and infrastructure, and we needed more technological advances and blue collar workers. And we started to get more into the understanding of financing, and banking was innovated, right? Rocket Mortgage, the owner, Dan Gilbert, once the internet came along, he then changed how you applied for a mortgage because it used to be going into a facility, labor intensive, and it used to be all of these different people, underwriters, and all of these things that then required for you to have to deal with these people, but the industry was disrupted. And so what did that do? It created a new industry where you then were able to go into different fields and innovation continued to move along. And it's the same thing with the computer. It's the same way with the internet. What did the internet do? It leveled the playing field so that we didn't just have 4, 5, 6 channels, and cable wasn't just a big thing. Cable companies died. Hollywood is now contracting. But what did it do? It gave rise to individual content creators, and it opened up the world for a new possibility of innovation, which then is leading us to where we are now, right? And so my point is that when one industry is disrupted or a different industry is disrupted, it then gives rise to new opportunities to new industries. And then we create entirely new places where we need more workers. Never in a million years did I think that me becoming a vlogger and just vlogging my life would lead to me having a team of 20 plus people that I both work with on camera and people that I work with off camera, right? Now I am in a space where I am hiring more people as a small business owner, and almost everybody is making a crazy amount of money. My editors make $100,000 a year. My point, and guess what we use to innovate and push forward the agenda and enhance our projects. We use AI to simplify some of our workflows. We bring in camera people, we hire different contractors, right? I have now become a builder and I'm innovating in that realm and stuff like that. So new jobs, new opportunities, and then there's some industries that will just be enhanced and won't be disrupted at all. You are still going to need electricians. We're short on electricians. We're short on the jobs. If you go over to Ford Motor Company right now, and I went over there and I talked to the Innovation Center. I talked to some people that worked in the Innovation Center. They are short on people that actually are capable of doing a lot of the jobs that they have available, starting off at $134,000 an hour. I mean, a year, right? Starting at $134,000 a year. I know a guy that just moved into this building and he just got hired. He moved from where he was because it was such a huge demand for automation. You're talking about new infrastructure projects. They're testing up at the University of Michigan. We just had the first electrified street, right? Where they're now going to be doing new infrastructure projects that allow for you to charge while you're driving down the street, because that solves for some of the infrastructure issues that Biden tried to get along with when he passed that infrastructure deal, but it didn't lead to anything except for a whole bunch of people stealing money, right? There's a lot of new industries that we don't even know of, right? AI is not going to replace people. It's going to enhance what we already are doing. So as new jobs or certain jobs go away, especially some of the jobs that y'all don't care for, farming is now going to be more innovative. Physical AI, where you don't need people to go inside of the warehouses and do certain things, and you have a high turnover rate, right? It is going to innovate industries and things that make our jobs easier and quicker for us to move faster and innovate and create new jobs. I don't believe, yes, you're going to need plumbers. Yes, you're going to need HVAC technicians. I don't believe that AI is there to completely replace workers. I believe that it disrupts industries. I believe that a lot of companies are lying and trying to act like they're laying off because of AI. None of these companies are that innovative enough to actually lay off because of AI yet. Zero. Somebody said, I don't support AI as replacing humans. That's like saying I don't support computers because they replace humans. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Well, if you don't support AI because it's replacing humans, then that means don't pick up a phone. You do. You just don't even know it. Listen, most of y'all that say what y'all ain't gonna do, you already doing it. You fucking watching me on an AI device right now and you don't even know it. You absolutely do. Listen, you're not cool. You're not innovative. You're not doing anything unique. You're not awesome. You're not going against the machine. Nigga, you very much in it just like everybody else. Y'all be acting like y'all so awesome. You said, why would they lie? Who is they? These are all people that are predicting. That's all they doing is predicting. You know what an analyst is? An analyst tries to predict what a company is going to do before it does it so that it can capitalize off of it. Everybody be trying to act like, oh, I'm so cool, I'm going to go analog. You know what else I think it's going to do? It's going to create greater experiences for people that want in-person physical experiences. I know of several record shops, record pressing shops that recently opened here in Detroit within the last few years because vinyl is starting to blow back up again. In-person experiences, going to the actual shows and the concerts are booming right now. Physical buttons, those are the new luxury items. Analog, right? Actual physical, handmade, handcrafted things are the new wave now. And I can't predict everything, obviously, because it's a lot that I don't know that's happening behind the scenes and stuff like that also. But the point that I'm making is that all we doing is just seeing the evolution. People are just pushing so fast to try to move over to AI and innovate everything. That's because they want to innovate everything. And I think that a lot of these companies, in order to escape actually having to be accountable for whether or not they're running their company good or not, they blame it on AI. Hey, we gotta lay people off because we're innovating with AI. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're just trying to add value for the shareholders. And it's easy to just blame everything on AI. I don't see it. I personally don't see it. They've been predicting that technology was going to be, bro, when I was a little kid, when I was in elementary school, and they said, what year are you going to graduate in? And I said, I'm graduating in 2000. Oh, by then, technology will replace everybody. We're going to have flying cars like the Jetsons. And we still ride on good old tires, nigga. We ride on regular tires where I'm from. You know what they still buying? Buick Regals, Caprice Classics, Cutlass Supremes, Monte Carlos. Nigga, they still love them cars. And they going for a premium now. Oh, they're gonna do it, man. They're not gonna do nothing. It's just gonna be more money, more opportunity, and more ways for you to capitalize. That's it. And they want 10K. Facts. And they want 10K for them. So here's the real thing that we need to have a conversation about. The real question that you need to ask yourself is, how can you cash in and capitalize off of the innovation? We're asking ourselves the wrong questions. The questions we should be asking ourselves is, where do I fit in? Where do I capitalize? I also, let me tell you another thing that I think is going to happen. I think that more people are going to start becoming more interdependent on themselves and their communities. And if you know how to market for your specific area of service, then you're going to be as good as gold. We used to have a time back in the day where the community was dependent on itself. That people created the jobs that they wanted. People created the industries that they wanted to be a part of. You had the meat man, the bread man, this man, that man. I think that we're going to start moving more into small businesses, and people are going to start sustaining and creating jobs for themselves. One thing that we're not taking into consideration, humans are very, very, very resilient. We're innovative, we're resilient, and as long as we keep an environment where we stay away from socialism, then we'll continue to innovate and we'll still be creating opportunities for ourselves. We do need to get back to entrepreneurship. We do. We do. And so, for example, I'm not a part of the regular workforce anymore. I retired, whereas I could have, think about it like this. I'm one of many people that could be still working in corporate America. That is a job, that is a position. And if I was in corporate America, I would probably be doing 2 jobs. That is 2 jobs that I would be taking up. But instead, I decided to let 2 jobs be available for other people. And then I decided to create 50 more. And not only did I create 50 jobs that's within my companies, but I also have those 50 jobs then create and pour into the economy. And a lot of people then become interdependent on the different companies that I help create jobs for. So if I, for example, am building houses and I'm regularly scaling up because I'm doubling my production of the houses that I build every single year, I'm creating jobs. That is why I say I don't want to leave my community. I don't want to leave Detroit and Metro Detroit. Why? Because we are a part of the economy. The more that I pour into the economy, the more productive we are, the more jobs that we offer, the more businesses sustain, the more restaurants that open, the more tickets get sold, the more opportunities are available, the more goes into the economy, the more the infrastructure grows, the greater we become. That's why I won't leave my city. Why go when I can innovate here? Why leave when I could be great here? So I got a completely different take. I don't believe in that. I don't think that that's what the move is. I think it's going to be completely different than what we think it is. Personally. Let me read some of y'all super chats and cash apps. Let me see something real quick. Y'all said I can turn this feature off. How do I turn this feature off where people are trying to crowdsource money on Cash App? I'll look at it later. I'll move it up. I'll check it in later. I'll try to figure out later. TS Car Wash says they said every dude Megan messed with went downhill. I don't know about that. Megan tried to sue DJ Ack also. I do believe that. TS Car Wash in Detail says you saw that $500 million defamation lawsuit against Warner Bros. For that documentary they did. I ain't see nothing about that. Y'all gotta just email it to me and I'll sort through it. Cartier 82 says you may have to bring back Wednesday nights. If I was to ever bring back, no. The reason that I'm not gonna bring back Wednesday nights is because the Wednesdays that I'm free, I'm live streaming on Patreon. Patreon is about to become my new. I'm about to spend more time on Patreon than I think I'm gonna start trying to move most stuff to the bag chasers and to the Patreon members. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Any additional time that I have is gonna be dedicated to them. That's where I'm spending the majority of my time. That's where my people is at. My people is on Patreon. It's on the bag chasers. Isn't universal income a form of communism, Anton? I think it's a form of socialism. Tropical Empress says AD Versace needs to send you a bag for modeling. Facts. I agree. Coach Chris, they just got bought out. Coach Chris says for real estate, is better to own land or homes. Land is just, I think it's better to own homes because land, you don't make anything from it. You're not getting nothing out of it. If you got a house there, if you got an asset there, then that's when it can start generating revenue. So the only time that you really want to buy land is if you're going to do something with it because you still got to pay property taxes on it. Eric D, what up, though? I appreciate you, Eric D. Thank you for holding me down. Whiskey Pierre Louis says, Sir Shalom Facts, you're right. I use AI to help me with T-shirt designs, video editing, and to get more bags. Let's go. Castro says, so will America go through a phase of socialism with AI until it adapts and becomes capitalistic again? America is always going to be capitalistic because America is just a conglomerate of people that are capitalistic. America is its people. That's it. A country is not a country without the people. All right? All right. Fun show today. I like 10 o'clock. We're going to keep it there. I think that we're going to wind up doing a 10 p.m. We might move after hours up to 10 p.m. Eastern. I think that's what we're going to do. I think that's what we're going to do. I think that's what we're going to do. Don't worry. I got on joggers. All right? 10 p.m. Eastern. So that means 10:30 p.m. All right, I hear you. Williams account tax. Nah, I think we're going to do 10 p.m. Eastern tonight. All right? We're going to try it. But you'll see it at least. The live stream, the live stream itself will be set by at least 8:30, 9 o'clock. So remember when I'm talking Eastern Standard Time, all right? I had fun today. It was a fun show. A really, really fun show. All right? Carrie gonna roll in at 11. Bye, Mika. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm out. Bye.